Hey everybody! So this is what I'm going to start with for my handles. Just some little nuggets of clay. There's a lot of dirty clay. This handle is going to be, usually I do a one finger handle like I showed in the last video. So that's kind of an example of what usually I do. This time I think I'm going to make a bigger handle because a lot of people are like, Sarah, I can't fit my fat fingers in there. I'm like, you're right. Let's make it bigger. I'm going to cut it down so I can get those ugly lumps off the end. Gross. So I'm going to take my filing knife and I'm just going to chop it down. That knife's gross. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shaping it. So for a handle, if you've never made a handle before, I do a pinching method and then I do a pulling method. So normally people will, if they're pulling handles, they'll shape it kind of like a carrot shaped, like it tapers at the end, like that. And then they'll take this and then they'll start pulling the handle, like that. And what I like to do is I like to pinch it first, because I like my shape to be thick, thin, thick. So it's thicker here, thinner in the middle, and thicker on the bottom. So I'm going to start by pinching the middle. When I get up to the top, I'm going to kind of give it a little squeeze with my fingers here to make it like a diamond shape. And I'll do the same thing to this side. So you can see how it's starting to form that diamond shape. So that's what I want to do. And then I'll flip it over, set it down, and then I'll pinch it again towards the middle. I'm pinching in and up like this. Like I'm trying to raise the mass to out and up, or in and up. And then I'll repeat what I did on the bottom, pinch that in, make that, and I'm pressing with my finger right there. Yeah. So now once I get those general shapes, I can go back and refine things. I can be as meticulous as I want to be. But it's still really thick and fat. Obviously not a very good handle yet. So I'm going to keep going back and doing this process, pressing in and up, kind of reshaping it like that. It's really important to have your fingers doing the exact same thing the entire time. So if I have one hand that's pushing a little bit more than the other, this side's going to be thinner than this one. So you want to be careful about that. So I'm just going to pinch this side like this. You can already starting to see the handle form right there. Alright, there it is. Now, slide this bad boy back here. Now I'm going to do the pulling part. So I'm going to get my hand wet, I'm going to drip it all over my handle and get it all wet. And I'm going to hold it up here at the top, and I'm going to start by using the fat part of my thumb right here and finger. I'm just pinching and pulling straight down. I'm not letting myself get hooked on this part, because if I do, it's going to rip it in half, so don't do that. Just really focus on like back and forth motion in the middle here. It's starting to get a little fatter. I don't care for them that fat, so I'm going to start kind of curving my finger in like this and my thumb in like this, and just go back and forth like that. And I'm just knocking down those edges. So I'm trying to mimic the body shape of this to the top shape of that diamond. So I want my sides to not be rectangular. I want them to be more of like a diamond shape all the way through. So I'm knocking down those edges on the outside. Then I'll flip it, focus more at the top here, and I'll try and bring that down. So I'm really working all the way through the entire thing. I'm not stopping completely at the base here, because then you'll get some weird chunks going on. So I am going to let it set up. I'm going to let it dry before I attach it to any part of my mug. I'm probably going to adjust it before I put it on my mug, because if I put it straight on my mug before fixing my smudges or stuff like that, I'm going to mess up my mug also. So I usually use a secondary source, like my water bottle or a piece of plastic, like a plastic cup or something. Yeah, so there's my handle to start with. Don't drop it. So I like those ridges in there. I like that it's a little bit bigger, like the thick to thin to thick. So I'm going to leave this probably right here, and I'll let it set up for a while, and then I'll show you how I finish.